Poland does not rule out the possibility of forcibly landing Putin's plane when he is on his way to Hungary. This statement was made by the head of the local Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Radosław Sikorski. In an interview with a local publication, the Polish diplomat said that their court could oblige the country's government to detain the plane carrying Russian leader Vladimir Putin while it is in Polish airspace in order to hand him over to the International Criminal Court. That is, to hand the suspect in crimes over to the tribunal in The Hague. Thank you. At the same time, according to Sikorski, the Kremlin leader could still fly to Budapest for a meeting with Trump by avoiding EU airspace and traveling through Turkey, Montenegro, or Serbia. At the same time, the head of Poland's Ministry of Foreign Affairs criticized the Hungarian side's decision to host such a meeting. Sikorski stated that this fact is not just unpleasant, but also shows that Hungary positions itself not as part of the West, but as something between the West and Russia. In addition, he reminded that Budapest is currently also aiding Russia by purchasing large volumes of oil from it, despite having the option to buy from other suppliers, and is blocking support for Ukraine. They will strengthen Ukraine as much as they can. French President Emmanuel Macron announced a new meeting of the coalition of willing countries with the participation of Zelensky. According to the politician, the meeting will take place in London this Friday. Some participants will attend in person, while others will join online. On the agenda is how to help Ukraine. Today, EU leaders also jointly issued a statement in support of Kyiv, in which they agreed with Trump's position that hostilities must be stopped immediately. However, the starting point must be the current line of contact. At the same time, in the opinion of the allies, only the Ukrainian side is currently taking peace seriously, while Russia is not. Therefore, pressure should be increased until Putin is ready to make peace. And Ukraine, to secure the strongest possible position before, during, and after any ceasefire. In the document, European leaders also note that they are developing measures to use the full value of Russia's frozen assets so that Ukraine has the necessary resources. This issue will be one of the key items on the agenda of the EU summit scheduled for October 23rd to 24th. Today, for the first time, a woman has been officially appointed as Prime Minister in Japan. Sanai Takaichi has been entrusted to lead the government. She was able to officially become Prime Minister only after a coalition agreement was reached in Parliament. After that, 237 deputies voted in favor of her candidacy. Sanai Takaichi is the head of the Liberal Democratic Party, but is known for her ultra-conservative views. She is a protege of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and a great admirer of Margaret Thatcher. In a country where patriarchal norms still flourish today, her appointment is not considered a major step forward in terms of gender equality. After all, Takaichi opposes same-sex marriage, women keeping their surnames after marriage, and the possibility of women inheriting the imperial throne. At the same time, she also enjoys riding motorcycles, playing percussion instruments, and is a huge fan of heavy metal. In international politics, she is known for her anti-China stance and support for Taiwan. It is known that by the end of this month, Takaichi will be able to meet with US President Donald Trump. The former president of France is being sent to prison. Nicolas Sarkozy will begin serving his 5-year sentence today in a Paris jail. The politician was accompanied to prison by his wife and former model Carla Bruni. They walked together, holding hands in front of the press and a crowd of supporters, and then got into a car. Dozens of people came to support Sarkozy, holding signs in their hands. Many are expressing outrage at the verdict. The former president of France was found guilty in the so-called Libyan case, in which he accepted large sums of money for his election campaign from the late leader. Libyan dictator Gaddafi, in exchange for helping to whitewash his reputation in the West. After arriving at the prison, the former head of state will undergo the standard procedure. He will have his fingerprints taken, be photographed, assigned a number, have prohibited items confiscated, and be thoroughly searched, which includes undressing. It is known that he will be held alone in his cell. He will have the opportunity to go for a walk twice a day and visit the recreation room, but always without contact with other people. This regime was chosen for Sarkozy's safety.